Tyler Minton. I have a background in professional fighting. I was a professional mixed martial artist. The whole time I was actually fighting, I was actually going to school to work on nutrition. I have a bachelor's degree in nutrition and I'm finishing my master's degree currently. I kind of became known as the guy that could help fighters get on weight, and I help general population and professional athletes work through their weight goals and just put them on the path to success. We're here discussing the basics of nutrition and really the principles, the methods, and the formulas that I use to work with my general population and my professional athletes to help them make weight or just achieve whatever their performance or weight-related goals are. Carbs are only bad when people are trying to sell a product that provides a solution to the problem they created. Carbs aren't bad. Carbs are actually the most efficient energy source our body can use. There's carbs that are better suited for our goals than others, but there's no such thing as bad carbs, and carbs inherently are not bad. Man, I like about any of them, but I would say potatoes and pancakes are probably my two favorites. Man, it's just so crazy. So many people, they ignore the science because they create this fear around food groups and specific things in nutrition because they've figured out that they can monetize the solution. They can find ways they can provide this fear around something and then be the one to provide the fix it. Naturally, for the right price, they will provide that for you. So it's all marketing. Yeah, so we don't like to use the term cheat day because, again, that implies that there's a morality around food, and if you cheated, you're a bad person. So I don't really like using that terminology. We'll say like an off-plan day or a free day. We'll use things like that a lot. For some, it might be okay. For others, it might not be. The issue really comes down to, say, if your goal is to lose weight, in this one day, it's extremely easy to eat so many calories that you pull yourself out of a calorie deficit and no longer get results. I would prefer people just incorporate those things into their meals. So using a quantity approach, we can add things like that in. We don't really have to have a cheat day. Like, you can find ways to fit a pizza into your normal diet. You can find a way to fit a burger into your normal diet. You might just have to adjust a little bit. I even have some fighters that say they have a really intense week, their weight's good. I'll tell them to go have one meal of absolutely whatever they want, and I'll just provide a few limitations. No alcohol, no appetizers, but you can go to a restaurant, get whatever meal you want, and ultimately, it doesn't really make a negative difference in those realms. I say again, like, you are what you consistently do, not what you occasionally do. If you're cheating a lot, you look like someone who cheats a lot. If you're someone who stays on track the vast majority of the time, and every now and then you're off plan, you're going to look like someone who's usually on a good diet. So we generally like to shoot for about half your body weight in ounces. So body weight in pounds in ounces. And then if you work out more, you can do a little bit more from there. If you live in a very, very hot environment, you can do more from there, but a bare minimum is half body weight in ounces per day. Too much protein is really, really hard to do. The body's very, very efficient at processing through that. It's like anything, you can overdo anything to the point that you eat so many calories that you create a surplus. It's extremely hard to overeat protein. We like to set a minimum goal of about 1 gram per pound of estimated lean body mass. And that is hard to estimate. So if you're not obese, it's easy to just do 1 gram per pound of body mass. But when we're looking at people that are, like class 1, class 2, class 3 obesity, that could be 300, 400 grams. That's not reasonable. So we'll just try to estimate their lean body mass and take it from there and set it for 1 gram per pound. Personally, I'm doing a minimum of about 200 grams of protein a day. And I'm maybe, on most days, the most I'm doing is 20, 25 grams of protein powder. I don't even take it every day because I normally can hit those numbers in my meals, so like just eating meat. But if at the end of the day I'm still a little bit low, I'll just down a protein shake. The biggest thing is people go in too hot and heavy. They create too much of a deficit. They starve themselves at the beginning, and maybe they do lose a lot of weight, but they always gain it back, and usually then some. So usually it's just people, they just go in too hard. They try to get really quick results rather than doing small changes that are consistent over a long period of time. You are what you consistently do, not what you occasionally do. To build good nutrition habits, you first need the basics. When you combine an ultra-effective FightCamp workout routine with the right nutrition, that's the real secret to superior results. I'm Tyler Minton, your FightCamp Basic Nutrition Coach, only in the FightCamp app.